Dating in the United States of America has gotten so expensive that nearly half of those who are single right now just have stopped dating. It's no longer worth it for them. Because right now, on average, singles are spending $189 for a night out. That's according to a new Bank of Montreal analysis. That's up 12.5% from $168 last year. And guess who's paying the most? Millennials. Millennials on average are spending $252 for a date night. That's a 32% jump from 2025. Gen Z, well, you're spending $205 on average for a date night, up from $194. 14% of those surveyed spend on average $300 or more for a date night. And when you go out, it's not like you're getting a ton for $200 anymore. There are plenty of taxes, you have to make sure to tip. Restaurants are charging an exorbitant amount of money for anything nowadays. According to a recent study done by Mando Media, in New York City, for example, for $122, you get a starter, 2 entrees, and 2 cocktails. That's it. That's before tax and tip. Are you a single? Have you stopped dating? Is it too expensive? Let me know. Spread the word. Follow for more.
Dating is dead because everybody wants the commitment of a relationship and the freedom of being single. But you can't have both. You gotta pick one. A lot of women want a man all the way locked in, loyal, committed, down for whatever. But they also want to keep all of their freedom. Go where they want, talk to who they want, with no questions asked while he stays fully locked down. You see? They want his loyalty without giving them theirs. And they're confused on why it keeps falling apart. Here's the truth that nobody wants to say. Commitment and total freedom can't live in the same house. The second you commit, you give up a little freedom on purpose because the relationship is worth more than the option. That's not a cage. That's just the price. Now, before men start cheering, sit down, because this is for you too. You want a loyal, down for you woman, but you want to stay the man in the streets while she stays a saint at home? Nah, bruh. This is 2026. She got the same options you got. So don't point the finger like you're the innocent one. That's why dating is not because the love disappeared, but because everybody wants the security of being committed and the freedom of being single. But those two things can never live in a person at the same time. So pick one and own it. You want to be free? Then be free. Just stop wasting people's time auditioning them for a spot you will never give them. You want to be committed? Then commit. Both feet in and no side door. You see, dating because people stop loving. Because everybody wants the title without the terms.
That's the difference between men and women. That's one of the biggest differences between men and women is, you know what stainless steel is? So imagine a stainless steel bowl. You put something in the bowl, a little bit might evaporate, but it'll take a long time. Nothing's going to leak out. Mm-hmm. Now take a stainless steel colander or strainer that has holes in it, like in order to rinse pasta, for example. That's the difference between men and women. You get some appreciation, some acknowledgement, some expression of caring for you, supporting you, and it can last a month or more. I know one man, I gave him an example of how his wife might appreciate what he does to commute, such an arduous commute to support his family, how she might thank him. And he said, that would take care of me for 6 months. Now, yeah. And even in our Being Extraordinary as a Man course, men make charts of the things that fill them up, that fill their bowl, and how much it takes and how long it will last. And everything is in terms of days, weeks, months. And we do the same thing with women, and it's in terms of hours, and maybe a day. 3 days would be a long time.
Reason number 6, marriage erodes men's mental health. You see, society loves to throw around statistics saying married men live longer. And that might be true on paper, but nobody talks about the quality of that life. Because what good is living longer if you're depressed, anxious, and silently suffering every single day? The truth is, a lot of married men aren't thriving. They're barely surviving. They're swallowing disrespect and being drained financially. They're sleeping next to a woman who don't even want to touch them. And they're carrying all of that in silence because if they speak, they risk losing even more. Ladies, I want you to understand this. Men aren't built to constantly fight in their own homes. A man's home is supposed to be his fortress of peace. But for too many men, marriage has turned the home into the battlefield. When a man spends years in that kind of environment, arguing, suppressing, enduring, sacrificing without reciprocity, his mental health doesn't just flip, it collapses. That's why so many husbands look checked out, why they move like ghosts in their own homes, because they're alive, but not living.
Why do so many women want a high value man? It's purely to use his money. She's not looking for other characteristics. She's not looking at him as an individual. It's just whatever he makes. They're just like, well, what's wrong with having a standard? I just want what I want. I mean, should I just lower myself to an average guy, even though I'm very basic? I mean, I deserve Prince Charming of the world. And then what happens if he gets down bad? Is she going to still be with that man, that high value man? No, because it's about the money. All the women who want a high value man, they don't really care what a man wants. They want him for his money. And that's it. Like, they don't think about what his needs may be. They're not even willing to learn that. They don't care about traditional values, which most men want across the board. They're not willing to go to the lengths that it takes to become that woman, to compete against the other women that are around him, the options that he has.
I tell y'all this all the time, and I'm going to elaborate on it, that there really is not enough good men for every good woman. And you've got to understand, if you're going to play the dating game and be in the dating pool, you are just going to have to pray to God you pick the lessest, like the lesser evil out of all the other evils of men. There's too many decent to see, and all of them got issues. All of them gonna sting and burn you, and I don't mean in the STD, STI way, but they evil. So there will be good men, there will be perfectly, like, pro-feminism, whatever you want to call it, men, but there is not enough for you, me, like, it's we, her, she, our, we, like, not enough. There's just not enough, okay? So when you are dating, understand that you are at risk to be disappointed. You're gonna probably have to settle some way, some form, some shape, because every woman in a marriage is, and definitely in a relationship. And if you see anybody that is very lucky to have a good man, do not think you're the exception to the rule. She's lucky herself she even got that man. And that man can still have a chance to turn on her at any given moment. I just want y'all to be aware of why I say there is not enough good men for every good woman. Just even a good man is just the average woman. So what makes you think there's enough for all of us to go around? We can't all have our cake and eat it too, baby.
You know that feeling when you're dating a woman and you finally feel like you've met the one. Like, she's super soft, she's feminine, she's friendly, she's beautiful. And everything inside of you tells you, this is the girl that I want. Everything in your body tells you that. But then just as soon as that excitement hits, she pulls back and then you don't hear from her again. Or you hear from her 2-3 weeks later and she tells you, sorry, I just don't think this is going to work out. See, the reality is money is not the problem. It's not your looks. It's not the fact that you can't already get dates. It's not the fact that you don't know how to talk to women. It's that whenever you come across a woman that you really, really want, your nervous system, underneath all of that excitement, is wired in a way where you're afraid of missing out on this opportunity and missing out on this woman. And your subconscious wiring communicates that to the woman. It produces an effect of being overbearing to her, whether you're realizing it or not, and then she has no choice but to pull back. And the further reality is, if you don't change this, nothing is actually going to change. So what you actually need to do to fix this is you need to rewire your subconscious, or else your internal system will always sabotage a good thing, and the quality women that you're searching for will always run the other way.
Oh, I saw someone say that chivalry is misogyny, and they said it because they believe that doing something for another person, in their opinion, is because you believe that you're better than the person you're being chivalrous towards. I'm gonna be honest, I think that kind of mindset is extremely pessimistic, because it only works if you believe that people only do things because they think the other person can't do it. Like, for example, you hold open a door for somebody, right? That's not because you believe that they can't hold a door open for themselves. You just do it because it's the kind thing to do. Or let's say you're a person that likes to walk on the outside part of the sidewalk, you know, between the person and cars, right? Doesn't necessarily change anything because the car can hit you both, right? But it makes them and probably you feel better. You're not doing it because, you think they can't survive getting hit by a car? Neither of you can. Chivalry is ultimately just treating somebody with respect, being a gentleman. I think if you equate that to misogyny, I think it's because you don't believe that a person can do something for another person without getting something in return. Or you can't do it without believing that you're better than the person you're doing it for. And I think that's a separate issue, a personal issue. one that you should work on your own free time.
And, you know, I do really appreciate the guy. He was talking to both men and women, and he said, you know, ladies, this is what you want. You want a man to be this, and this. And then he said, now, men, where you going? Sit down. You ain't exempt either. And he was right. He was right. You know, some guys, they want their women to be at the house, you know, being whatever it is. And then they want to be out on the street. You can't, in terms of respect, I can't really endorse that, because it's kind of like you want to reciprocate. You want to do to somebody what you wouldn't want them to do to you or for you. If I want you to kind of take care of me, you know, rub my back or something like that, then at some point in time, I have to do that for you, and I have to be willing to, you know, kind of give you the time of day. If I want to talk to somebody and share my emotions, then I should be able to listen to your emotions as well. And I think, you know, a lot of times that's what guys, specifically guys, you know, they want to share their emotions. How are they feeling? A healthy way, the way they're feeling it. But modern women and society in general wants men to share their emotions and a lot of other things in the way that they want men to present. So I don't think that's fair. But yeah, you know, definitely, you can't let men off the hook either.
You project all women.
Right.
The average height for a woman is 5'4". The average weight is about 170.
What?
Y'all Google it out there and see if I'm lying.
Hey, you know what the funny thing is too, Unc?
What's that?
Hey, Joe, 5'4" and 170. If it's proportionate to and everything
boy, you
in
got
the right
him on your
areas,
hands.
boy, who you telling, boy? Oh my God.
Hey, I told you what to pull. Man, the one that pulled that pistol on your boy.
Yeah.
Smooth like this. Not a dimple, not a pimple, not a wrinkle, not a crease, not a divot, nothing.
Oh man.
Bounce quarters off a booty. Hey, what Google say?
Average height 5'3" to 5'4". Average weight 168 to 171 pounds. Yeah, he was right.
Now, you get you one that's athletic, Lord have mercy.
Don't forget to check the ankles now.
When
Check
I
the
check the
ankles.
ankles, they eye level. Look them right to see them, Ocho. I'm just saying, you talking about check the ankles? That must be what you talking about. These women today, they ain't not built like these women like when we were coming up, Ocho.
You hear me? You hear me? Yeah, it's different.
The teachers, these teachers, man, our teacher was 70 years old when I was in third grade.
You see some of these teachers now, boy.
What?
Hey, Joe, I wouldn't have missed one class, Joe.
Rich men are not attracted to needy women. We want to do for the woman that's not asking us to do for them. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole play. Ladies, you could get more with less, I promise you. The moment you meet somebody, if you're not saying, hey, can you pay this bill? Can you help me out on here? Whatever the case is, and you just show your value to that man will immediately start paying attention to detail and seeing where you're lacking or where this could be tightened up at, and they're going to do for you regardless. We want to help, but we want to help those that's not asking us to help them. It's a whole play on this mindset.
Thanks, oh my God, yes. Thanks. We don't like y'all bum ass either. Oh, Daddy, can I need this? Daddy, I need that. Daddy, I need an Uber. Daddy. Man, I got kids already. Hey, you know how I'm coming because you wouldn't have gave me no cat if I won't coming the way I'm coming. Well, just need everything. Yeah, man, nigga get tired of being nickered and dimed every day. Bitch, you call me and contact me when the problem is too big for you to handle on your own. But you telling me that you need a $22 Uber? Quit your job and get rich. Hey, look, if you're working a job that you hate, you've been working 40 hours a week for $40,000 for 40 years so you can retire broke. I got a way that you can make up to $10,000 to $20,000 per month with your social media, with your phone. All you got to do is comment the word content below and pick up my online 4 to 5 figure Ugly Money University course and let me show you how I did it so you can do it for yourself. It is so easy that a kid can do it. My daughter actually does it for me. So tap in, comment the word content, and I'll see y'all on the other side because who really want to keep working a damn job?
Bradley is wrong about why women leave. His whole theory is that men got soft. Beta husbands. Lazy providers. And if guys would just man up, their wives would stay. His prescription is testosterone. His cure is 1955. Here's where he's missing it. Women file nearly 70% of divorces in this country, and most of the men that I've sat across from were working long hours, coming home to the kids, handling the things she never sees, and still they weren't doing enough. She isn't filing because she's doing two jobs. She's filing because she's been told she's doing two jobs. From inside the room, the women who file aren't the most tired. They're the most connected. She isn't divorcing you. She's divorcing the marriage she watches on her phone all day. The divorced friend posting beach photos captioned, "The soft life saved me." The TikTok therapist diagnosing her marriage in 60 seconds. The single mom influencer with the spotless kitchen, the calm kids, and a morning routine that never includes a husband. The IG coach selling boundaries courses where her husband is always the boundary. The post-divorce glow-up reel, new haircut, new body, new caption. I finally chose me. Every one of these is selling her the same story. The woman on the other side of the divorce is calmer, freer, hotter, and finally herself. Brad's fix is to go backwards, but you can't. You can't unspoil the algorithm. You can't put 2007 back in the box. She isn't filing because she's exhausted. She's filing because she's been told the next chapter is better. She's been told that by everyone in her phone.
Was having a conversation with one of my girlfriends, and we were on the topic about how women want men based on what they see that relationship look like on the outside, right? And they usually think that it is the man, but it's not usually the man. It's the woman that's supplying that lifestyle. It's the woman usually that's exposing that man to that life, that world. That is her world, and then she's bringing him into it. And he treats her based off of how she treats herself. So if she has this world that she's already cultivated, she has these standards for herself, she has this respect for herself, he has to give her the same respect that she gives herself. That is just cause and effect, right? Most women think that if they get the same man, that they will get.
Proverbs 21:9, better to live on the corner of the roof. Do you know what they put on their roofs 3,000 years ago? Animal dung. Better to sleep in the manure than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Listen, young single man, when you're dating, watch this. You need to pay attention. Is the girl that you're dating, is she naturally submissive to the God-given authority structures in her life? To healthy authority? Is she natural? Does she honor her parents? The God-given authority at her work, does she naturally honor and submit to those authorities? Because if she's real quarrelsome and she has this attitude of nobody tells me what to do, nobody's in control of me, I follow the Spirit of God. This is what Christian manipulative girls do. I don't follow you, I follow the Spirit of God, okay? Now, yes, we always Jesus above human authorities, but in healthy situations, the Spirit of God will lead you to submit to the authority structures God's put in place. And if she's got a quarrelsome spirit, watch out, because someday you become the authority structure and she's going to do that to you. So this is what it's saying right here. Let me read another verse. Proverbs 21:19. Better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and nagging wife. Better and have your eyes plucked out of your eye sockets by buzzards. Bible verse. Than with a quarrelsome and nagging wife.
Don't spin a block on him once you realize he was solid from the start. Because a lot of women overlook good men for temporary feelings. He got money. He excited. He know how to talk. He know how to make you feel good. Yeah, in a moment. But that's all it is. A moment. And once that fades, now you sitting there missing a man who was actually solid. The one who honored you. The one who gave you real time. The one who was consistent and made you feel safe. Did the small things. The back rubs. The checking on you. The showing up for you. But you called him boring. That's the problem. Y'all be confusing peace with lack of excitement. A man who is stable, consistent, and intentional, that's rare. But you don't see it until you experience the opposite. Now you want to double back. Nah, leave him where you left him. Because you don't get to overlook someone's value, then come back once you realize what you lost. Good men don't stay available forever. And by the time you understand what he was, he already moved on to someone who did.
Give me some of the examples of her attitude.
Her attitude, okay, like, we'll wake up in the morning, Your Honor. I tell her, good morning. What's good about the morning? I'm like, Your Honor, we just woke up. What do you mean? I'm happy I'm alive. We in the store, Your Honor. She like, do you want the green beans or do you want the corn? The corn. Why do you want the corn? And storm off down the aisle. And we go to the same store, get the same food every week. And get mad, and she know what I like. She know I'm
like
to pick
to
the
eat
corn
junk
over the green
all
beans.
day. That's what he want me to pick out, junk.
Okay.
He don't like eating healthy.
He doesn't like to eat healthy. Okay. When you ask him to eat healthy, how is your attitude?
So I say, would you like some?
You know what my favorite thing about my man is? You wanna know? That he literally turned the hoe into the housewife. He literally turned the hoe into a housewife. It's possible. I'm just folding his boxers. You know, it took a minute. I was like, I ain't ready to settle down, baby. I'm still out here in the streets. But he turned me into a housewife. What is your mind? Yeah,
No, you're likely still one. He just hasn't caught you yet. And you don't have a man. You have what we refer to as a soft male. If he could do better than you wouldn't even be folding his clothes right now. You'd be back out there in those streets where you belong, getting dealt with. Back to the streets with you.
And, there's a guy that was saying rich men are not attracted to needy women. I mean, you can throw in average men too. They're not attracted to needy women either. There are not a lot of men out there there's not a lot of men out there that's going to be attracted to that. Honestly and truly, women aren't attracted to that. They don't want a needy man. Right? Well, can I borrow your car? Can I do that? Now, if you're trying to get on your feet, a lot of women will say, okay, I'm trying to help him out. But the expectation, even if she doesn't say it, is honestly and truly, if he get in a car within the next week or the next month, then that's what my expectation is. I don't want this to be going for 6 months and he don't got no car. 6 months and he don't got no job. Ain't nobody gonna come in here and lay up on me. But modern women, when it's in reverse, and especially if a man has a lot of money, they think it's okay to do that. And what men are trying to tell you is, I am not down with that.
Do you think men and women can be just friends?
Me being single has made me observe and experience platonic relationships with my male friends. My male friends are all in relationships.
Yeah, in a proper relationship.
And we're still friends. I've met the girlfriends. It doesn't change the dynamic because he's secure, she's secure, I'm secure. 3 secure people doesn't end up in a threesome because in LV's head, a lot of things turn nasty.
Yeah.
But over here, it's
30?
separate, it's platonic, and it's right.
Next.
All right, boom. So you got male friends, right? Mm-hmm. Can you get your phone out?
LV, do you have a question that you would like her to ask this male friend when she calls?
Just say just talk cash, innit? Like, we've been friends for a while and that. Considering it's a long time friend you're calling, yes?
We've been friends for 9 years. Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's go. Yo, Kat, how are ya?
I'm good still, how are you?
I'm good, man. You chilling?
I'm chilling.
So what?
How are you?
I'm good, man. So what? You can talk for like 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, in the week, because obviously it's summer holiday and that, do you want to go on a date?
Do I want to go on a date?
Yeah.
Like what kind of a date?
Like a date?
Like you wanna eat food?
No, not eat food, like go on a date.
Go on a date?
Yeah.
Like a romantic?
Yeah, type beat.
Is it? Do you like me in a romantic way?
Possibly.
Possibly?
Yeah.
Is that a yes or a no?
It's a yes.
Okay, fine.
Told you! I told you!
That's why I asked the question.
What you have to understand about women is that the more they love you, the worse you become.
The moment you start receiving love from a woman, you start falling into the idea of love with a woman, you start changing. Not consciously, but very subtly. You soften, you adjust, and you begin to move in ways that keep that love coming towards you. And initially, it feels so good. It feels like connection. It feels like finally you found something real. But underneath, something else is happening. You're trading your center, your masculinity, for comfort. And all of a sudden, you start relying on her to feel whole. And the more that you rely on that, the less you lead yourself. Because now you're not acting on your own free will. You're reacting to the will that drives humanity forward. And you, my friend, are lost in possession. Everything you do in the relationship from that moment on is about maintaining, preserving, protecting the feeling that she is giving you. And slowly you start to disappear into that feeling. And guess what? She feels that too. She feels you disappearing. The man that she met is no longer that man. She feels you losing your edge, your direction, your certainty, your leadership. The paradox is that the more she gives you, the more you take, the weaker you become. Until the very thing that she loved in you is gone. Because a woman's natural instinct is to love you so much that she'll leave you. So understand this. Whatever you depend on shapes you. And if you depend on a woman for love, that, in the end, will destroy you, and you won't even notice it happening until she's gone. And that's all I got for this one. Appreciate you all, lads. Appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Women don't feel safe with masculine men. They feel safe with men that they can control. A man that a woman can't control is often very masculine. And the nature of how that works is, that's the man that exposes you to your vulnerabilities the deepest. And here's what's beautiful about that. That means that he brings you closest to yourself and the beauty that inspires greatness in man. But a lot of women don't have a very strong relationship with that part. So what ends up happening is they see the masculine man, they either run or try to shut it down, like it's something they're up against. But ultimately what it does elicit is a lot of insecurities and inadequacies in relationship to that feminine essence. And this was also true for men. They see a really feminine woman, man, do you think they want anything to do with that? That means they have to man up. No, they're looking for the thing that they can control. And often what we can control is what doesn't make us feel any inadequacy or insecurity in relationship to it. There's a feeling of familiarity. There's a comfort in knowing how this story is going to end.
If a man stops responding, pay close attention. Yeah, if a man stops responding after he replied in minutes, do not get it twisted. That is not him being busy. That is not a game. Yeah, that is a man who has finally realized his attention is not free. He was not born distant. He was the one carrying the thread alone. Double texting when you went quiet, making plans, confirming them, and still showing up when the energy was off. He bought the lie that if he gave enough time, enough patience, enough effort, eventually he would be chosen. But he learned the hard way that people don't value access they get for free. He realized being always reachable didn't make him important. It made him predictable, replaceable, the one you could ignore and still expect. Even the most patient man has a limit. He found more peace in silence than in forcing connection. He stopped trying to prove he mattered to people who treated him like an option. So he withdrew his attention, he closed the door, and he raised his standards. They will say he changed. No, he just stopped being the only one trying. Do not blame him. He didn't ghost you. He outgrew you.
Guys mostly just want to, and a lot of them are ugly.
What do you mean a lot of them are ugly? What percent of them are ugly? Yeah.
Probably like 90% of guys are ugly.
You're not attracted to 90% of men.
Yeah.
You find 90% of men unattractive.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question. What percentage of men do you find gross?
Gross? Maybe like 50%.
50?
Maybe more than that.
Of the age range that you prefer, what percentage of men do you find unattractive? So you said
90.
40, 50?
Gosh, I don't know, like 50%.
I'd also say probably 90.
90%?
Maybe 95, honestly. Maybe more.
Like 70.
Please.
At least 90.
Do you guys think that you're top 10% women?
Looks wise?
Yeah, just looks.
Maybe like 20%.
You're top 20? Okay.
I would say yes.
Yes, top 20?
Top 10.
Top 10. Okay.
Yes.
And let me say this for these men who think they be getting over on these women, who be letting them have access to their vaginas raw. If a woman does not say anything about a condom, bro, that should scare you. That should scare you. That should trigger you. Your first time laying down with a woman and she don't even attempt to say, oh, hold on, wait, what are you doing? Where's the protection? That should scare you. Do you think that you're just that smooth, right? That she's just that reckless today that you just sliding in that coochie raw? Don't you know these women will burn you? They will give you an incurable disease, right? You'll call their phone and say, hey, you burnt me. And they'll say things like, you should have thought of that before you wanted to go with me raw. These people are sick. They're sick. It should have triggered you. It was too easy. This is supposed to be the most precious thing she has on her body, and she lets you go in it raw, first night, unprotected, no resistance, and you spit all in the club? And then you wonder why when you go to pee, your penis falls in the toilet? Subscribe to my YouTube, Nothing But The Truth podcast. Get your tickets to see me in Chicago. I'll be in Kansas this week, then St. Louis, then Nashville. Link in the bio. Tighten up, youngins.
You marry a poor man, you're more likely to get physically and mentally and verbally. We should all know at this point that most men hold their ego and their finances.
You know what's crazy? There's probably a video on the other side of the spectrum telling you how a rich man will financially use you and exert power over you. It's crazy, man. Like, I don't know, ladies. Your only option might just find an average man. A lot of women feel like average these days is poor. So I don't know if this woman is talking about an average man or literally a poor bum on the street, a hobo parading, gallivanting as King Dingaling. That's what I think a lot of, whenever because in 2026, do you really got to tell a woman not to marry a poor man?
And, you know, I'll give it to her. She was a good sport. There was a woman and a man, they were having a conversation. And, you know, it was like, can women and men be actual friends? And she was like, oh, I believe we can. And, you know, he said, no, you can't. Let's go ahead and call one of your boys and see what they're up to and see how they actually feel about it. And she was a good sport. You know, she listened and she was kind of like, okay, I'm going to follow and say what he's telling me to say. And they found out at the end of it, yes, you know, this is the way that a lot of men think, right? A lot of men, women, I don't want to say they waste time, but they have a different angle. You know, men and women have different purposes. Men are always, in a lot of ways, thinking about what's next level. Women, what they're good at is socializing. We don't really have to go anywhere. We don't really have to be anywhere. We're just kind of hanging out and making friends and networking and having a little bit of fun. And that's good too. The place that you end up, it's kind of like, you know, we don't have anything going on today, but in the future, if I need somebody, hey, Cassie, you know, I was calling, hey girl, this is me. We're having an event, on XYZ date, doing XYZ. Do you think that you can bring something? Oh girl, no problem. But that happened because she planted 2 or 3 months ago. I might not need you for another couple of months. I might need you, honestly and truly, in a couple of weeks. So the levels of what ladies do is varying, but men don't really do that. They go straight in. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. A lot of guys are direct and to the point with what they need, especially around men. Now with women, then men have learned, well, I can't be so direct. Women want that, but men can't really be direct with you because, you know, feelings and emotions and things of that nature, that gets involved. So, you know, it's not necessarily a terrible thing that happened. And like I said, she was a really good sport, but men and women for most, in general, they have a different way of operating.
If men know that you are around other guys and they're going out with you on a Tuesday and you're going out with somebody else on a Wednesday, it doesn't work the way you think it does. It doesn't work the way it would if it was a guy doing it, how you'd feel. They're not the same. They get like their stomachs turn when they think about, oh, she could be sleeping with other guys, or she's on a date with other guys, or she's doing this with other guys. Like, you become less attractive to them, right? You just do. They don't want to think about that. They don't want, like, that's now a woman who's like out and about doing God knows what. It's unattractive. They lose attraction for you in that game. It doesn't work the same the other way. When it's the other way and women see a guy who has options, that guy becomes more attractive to them. They're like, I want to secure him. I want to do whatever I need to do to secure that guy. Because why? Why? Because the guy is supposed to be their rock, right? Because they want to ultimately lean on that man. Because if they want to stay home and have their kids, they need that man to be solid and reliable and dependable and a provider and a protector and all of those things.
5 signs a man is truly broken. Not weak, not lost, just carrying a weight no one else sees. 1. He isolates himself even when surrounded by people, because he's mastered the art of hiding pain behind a smile. Silence becomes his shield. 2. He keeps himself constantly busy, walking, driving, moving, not for joy, but to outrun the thoughts that haunt him when he slows down. 3. He loves with a huge heart. Because his own has been shattered so many times, that being loved is the one thing he still craves deeply. 4. He apologizes for things that don't need an apology. It's trauma speaking, a habit built from years of avoiding conflict and feeling like a burden. 5. He looks angry, tense, or distant. But it's not anger. It's someone trying to be happy in the only way he still knows. And here comes the most important part. If you ask him, "Are you okay?" he'll always answer, "I'm fine." Not because he is, but because he doesn't know how to be anything else.
Boys are neurologically more fragile than girls. More boys are born in the world and more girls survive. Boys don't survive as much because they are incredibly neurologically fragile. Emotionally fragile too. What that means is they're more prone to aggression, behavioral problems, ADHD-like behaviors, which is distractibility. They're more sensitive to stress from a very young age. They are not the same as girls. They don't learn the same way as girls. They need lots of physical expression during the day. If they don't get it and they're forced to sit in circle time, like little girls can sit in circle time, little boys go off the rails and then they're labeled as having attentional issues. And so we are educating little boys today like little girls, which is why they can't keep up. So if you ask me, we should separate little boys and little girls. In terms of the neurological fragility, they need that attachment figure even more than the little girls. When it comes to going to school, maybe we should separate little boys and little girls when they're little so we can cater to their individual needs. And it is different.
I don't know if y'all know this, but a submissive woman actually controls the man. And here's why. When a woman leads with softness, when she's warm, receptive, feminine, something shifts in the man across from her. He doesn't feel challenged, he feels trusted. And that switch is one that most men didn't even know they have, which is the urge to provide, protect, and step up. Because a man is not compelled to dominate a soft woman, right? He's drawn to take care of her. He starts thinking about how to make her life easier, how to keep that smile on her face. And the more she lets him, the more invested he becomes. And that's the part people miss, because a woman's softness is not weakness. It almost serves as a gravity. Whole time, a man will be reorganizing his life to keep the girl happy, thinking it's his idea, when really, it's all a byproduct of the woman's behavior. And that's why this dynamic lasts, in my opinion, because it's two people leaning into what comes naturally. Her receiving and him leading and providing. So when people ask who controls a relationship, it's almost never the man.
I like it when you stay consistent. I find I fit inside your grip so much better when you don't go missing. And I like it more when you come to me. I mean, you the man. Show me how you want me to take your lead. And I like how I feel when you set the tone. No little boy games. It's different when you're dealing with somebody who mentality grown. And you know what else I like? I like when you move in a way that I can remind you that you're really him. Pedestals was made for trophies, so put me up somewhere that I can help you win. And I always been a little baby, but I ain't never been known to listen. But you got my interest as to why I should be submissive. I want to know why I should give you all that power. Get vocal about me and watch me love you louder. I don't know. I just like it when you be consistent. It give me a good reason not to go missing.
Have a guy ever left you?
My ex left me, and I still to this day have not heard from the since. I went to do a gig in DC. I left for 3 days. I came back to an empty apartment and just disappeared from the face of the fucking earth.
Question: has he spoken to you before you left? Have you had a conversation?
Talk to me the day before I came back from DC just to make sure that I was okay, and left.
But before he went to DC, what did he say to you?
Nothing.
So he didn't tell you anything. He didn't give you no type of. Hey,
I'm telling you, nothing. Was mad because I didn't want to take him to DC with me because he was a bill.
Hold on, what you mean he was a bill? Wait,
he was a bill. He didn't want to pay. Listen. My flight was paid for.
Hold on. Forget that part. She just told us the reason why he left. Wanted to go, and you said no. So he probably thought you was cheating or some shit.
Yeah.
What you mean?
I was doing DC Fashion Week.
The fact that he asked to go.
I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided. Everything is taken care of already. What extra you need? Ungrateful and it's selfish.
I wasn't trying to upset you. I was just...
We passed that. You wasn't trying to, but you brought this up again. So how are you not trying? It feels deliberate.
It wasn't deliberate.
Shit, it sounds on purpose right now. You need something for yourself. What you need for yourself that you don't already have. Provide and protect, right? I'm holding on my end of the bargain, but you need more? You need some more.
How you miss me?
Listen to this.
You had me. Like, you had the chance to reciprocate the energy I gave. You didn't do that. Like, you had the chance to plan dates and do special things for me. You didn't do that. Like, you had the chance to send me memes and reels that we could laugh at and joke about. You didn't do that. Like, you had the chance for us to lay up and binge watch shows and movies and, laugh and just spend quality time with each other. You didn't want to do that. So how you miss me? What do you miss? You miss me giving and giving and giving what you not giving nothing in return? Like, you miss me sacrificing everything about myself just to make sure that you good, just to make sure that what we building is going in the right direction? Like, you miss being selfish? That's what you miss? You can't miss me because you had me and you didn't know what to do with me.
When a woman submits to a man, it doesn't mean that she does what he tells her 100% of the time. Submission is an essence. It's how a girl cranes her neck to look up at you because she feels small. It's how she softens her voice to an almost childlike tone when she's relaxing with you because she feels safe. It's not her making you a sandwich or cleaning up the place because you told her to. It's her just making you a sandwich or cleaning up the place on her own because she wants to. I cannot stress this enough. A woman who respects a man does not need that man to tell her to take care of him or trust him. And if she ever speaks up to contest any of the decisions that you make, you don't tell her to shut up and know her place. You either explain yourself reassuringly, or you go forth with your decision and you let her know that the consequences are yours to bear. That's what a leader does. And the more things work out positively, the less she's ever going to feel the need to speak up. So stop making these demands of submission. I promise you, if you are a man worthy of respect, submission is a natural byproduct. If you want to learn how to portray yourself as a respectable man, hit the link in my bio and start working with me today.
Guys, is anyone else's husband or boyfriend?
Center Delta 9252, holding short 10 left, ready for departure.
With your flight level 370? 1312 Miami Center, squawk 60.
Mocking your husband for a hobby that they enjoy behind closed doors is rude. Posting it online so that others can mock him and make him the butt of the joke is the opposite of love, and it's actually very disrespectful. It should never have a place in your relationship. Your husband should have different hobbies that you don't understand because you're two different people, but you should support him in it because you like seeing him happy. If that's not the case, then you got way bigger problems, and I feel bad for your man. He definitely deserves better.
Really appreciate what Jedediah is saying, because a lot of modern women don't really understand that a man, they don't understand why, even though a man could tell them, and he does tell them, hey, this is why I really don't want you out on the street. There's no exclusivity. It's the same way you want all of that man's money coming to you. If that man says, I'm going to buy you a house, I'm going to buy you a car, I'm going to buy you this bag, you don't really feel special. Or if I'm going to buy you roses, or if he takes you to a restaurant that he's taken every other woman, right? So he's like, well, it's not specific to me, it's not unique to me, so I don't feel special. I feel like I'm just one of the other guy or one of the other women. That's why you have some I've heard it to where some women are like, hey, you know, he brings a different woman here every week. If that wasn't so important, then the server wouldn't have said anything. But essentially what she's saying is honestly, you're just another girl. You might be just another girl. So it's kind of the same thing when you sleep around with men, because it's like, well, you're just another guy. I give this to everybody. It's not exclusive to anybody. Yeah, I'm out there for everyone.